What's up, agents? Jetforth here, and this is your weekly State of the Game recap for October 9th, 2019. Now, a lot of this stuff that was in the State of the Game this week was just recapping the past couple of State of the Games and what is going into Title Update 6 and Episode 2. Now, the gameplay you are seeing in the background, and I will put it all throughout this recap, is the new Specialization the Technician, which I gotta say I'm pretty excited for. It comes with a fantastic rocket launcher, and it is skill-based, so it does seem like there's going to be some interesting builds that we can make along with this, which it does revolve around the hive, which the hive that it gives you is a skill buffing hive, so it buffs your skills and your friend's skills as well. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Alrighty, let's go through some of the information given out in the State of the Game that was not announced before, and then I promise we will get straight back into the specialization, the skill tree, and some of the other stuff that it can do. Now, Episode 2 and Title Update 6 will release on October 15th. If you are a non-season pass holder, you will not have access to the missions and the new narrative for the game, but everything that comes with Title Update 6 you will get on the 15th, meaning all of the major improvements, increased build diversity, targeting loot, dark zone intensity, conflict rewards, 38 new brand gear items, new exotic pieces, yada yada, all that stuff. If you are not a season pass holder, you will have Title Update 6, you will just not have the narrative content. If you do own the season pass, you get everything. Obviously, 7-day early access like we paid for. Finally, actual 7-day early access. Oh my dear goodness gracious. Now, for the new Specialization the Technician, everyone who has the season pass, we get to unlock it immediately and do not have to go through the field research. Now, the interesting thing that they did for the people who are non-season pass holders is that during that 7-day early access for us, you can start working on the field research part of it, so that way on the 22nd you can actually unlock it right away. I mean, you still have to wait to get it, but at least you can start doing that part, as opposed to us just getting to use it immediately. Hopefully I explained that part well enough. After that, they talked about the new user interface. Now, this screen that they're showing here, there is a little box that says items where you can go and do everything in your inventory. It did change since the PTS, where you can filter everything out to your newest items, anything with skill haste, weapon damage, and so on. You can see the list on that left-hand side. So sorting through your gear, all your new drops, everything is going to be a lot easier. Then they showed what the Thieves' Den vendor is going to look like in the Dark Zone. Everything is 500 gear. He is going to be selling the new named items as well, so that's pretty cool. I guess that definitely does bring a reason to go into the Dark Zone. Speaking of the Dark Zone, they also talked a little bit more about the matchmaking in there. I mean, not a whole lot, but basically when you go into the DZ now, it is going to be a full server, so that's good. Hopefully that revives that a little bit, but we'll have to see how the balancing and everything works out, if it makes our PvP players happy or not. And finally, the most important information that they gave out that's not about the specialization is the raid. It is not coming out anytime soon. It is not ready. They are trying to make it good, I guess. No real date or any information given of when it's coming out. I wish the raid was coming out sooner than later, but you know what? I would rather have it be good than just to get a piece of trash that's glitchy, buggy, and sucks, you know? I guess give them the time they need, but I really would have liked to see a lot more content coming out, and that would have been a nice chunk of content, so I don't know. We're only getting 4 missions plus the 2 extra whatever side missions that come with Season Pass, and I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. And some of the final notes is that they patched the apparel event this past Monday, so you will be able to get keys more easily. They should drop a lot more now. I haven't tested it out yet. And there will be no maintenance tomorrow. It will happen on Monday, in which the day after that is when Title Update 6 and Episode 2 drop. So I'm pretty excited for that. But as a lot of you guys know, I have been sick and my throat is just killing me. I'm sure you can hear my voice breaking apart in this. So I'm going to let them do the whole skill tree and show you that and let their gameplay play and everything that they're doing. They didn't explain it that well. If I start feeling if I start feeling better later, I'll do a full breakdown on it and full edits and everything. But Man, my throat is just killing me right now, guys. Not even gonna lie. So if you could, hit the old like button for me, subscribe, and all that other junk, and I will catch you all on the flip side. And again, all the gameplay, it'll be at the end of the video. That's why it's probably gonna be like a 20-minute long video. Peace! Oh, God. Peace! Peace! I can't even say it.
So this is a work in progress build, and you can see down the bottom.
I just want to point out how exciting it is to show a live build on State of the Game. And
yeah, it's really cool.
So
I like how those specs have 225.
This is the in progress stuff. We've cheated to give ourselves many points.
So disregard the numbers, but
and filled out everything.
Let's go through the tree. Where do you want to start, Frederick?
I mean, let's start with the hive. So you got the hive over here, the Artificer hive, and some extra mods for it to give it more radius and better recovery rate. And that's actually one of the things. All hives in TU6 now work on charges. So like if they've used half their charges, you can actually go up to it and pick it up with the interact button and put it back on your backpack, and it'll keep whatever charges it has left. And this hive is no exception. So instead of working off a cooldown, it works off charges, similar to Chem Launcher.
Okay. All right.
So we got that. Obviously, you saw a little bit of that. Down here, you have the kind of group protection talent of Faraday Field. So whenever you place some skills down, like the turrets and stuff that you place on the ground, they form a little protective field where anybody standing close to them, it'll basically conduct shock and disruption to it instead of your teammates. Yep. So it kind of creates a little protected field.
Yeah, my first question for this was, it doesn't apply to movable skills. Like the drone isn't going to fly a field around and that sort of thing, right? So it's only for static skills.
Right, it's for the static skills.
Right.
There's a question in chat here if the hive buff can buff another hive, and it can. Yeah. So it'll give it better duration, better effects and stuff.
Cool.
I mean, you can only have one buff per skill on, so it won't like stack infinitely.
Okay.
And then you have this interesting node here where you basically get to pick whether you spec into damage on your skills or healing.
Okay. But you can only pick one, right?
Yeah, so you can only pick one in this subtree. We're kind of trying out to
have choices.
Have a little bit more choices. We kind of did that in the last patch with the weapons, and now we're kind of using it in different places. I think that's kind of interesting to see where you want to go with the spec, so you don't get everything at the same time. And then various bonuses to skills and stuff like that. One of the big things that we changed in this patch for all of the specs is this.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, right?
Yeah, which we're giving pulse resistance. And I think we have another video clip coming up where we can show that what you get is also the EMP grenade.
Yeah.
And the EMP grenade, causes disrupt and does some damage to robotic enemies. And if you're doing your invasion and your weeklies, you're going to want this for your Black Tusk enemies. But I suspect it will also be quite popular in PvP.
My first PvP-related question to this, can the EMP grenade disable the skills that are in the Faraday Field?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the Faraday Field is rendered.
I mean, I think, no, the Faraday Field is still active, but the skills go disrupted, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so the skills don't die, they get disrupted.
It depends. If you've not invested in health on your skills and someone throws an EMP grenade at them and they're really weak, they might just die, pop out of existence.
Because the EMP is still dealing damage.
It still deals damage to anything technological.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about this spec because it's really leaning into that whole side of things, and we kind of needed to do the whole revamp of skills that we did with TU5.
Yeah.
And now we can bring this out and really lean into the fantasy of shade tech and all of these things, right? I think it's pretty goddamn cool.
Can we do the sidearm last? Because I actually want to show it.
Yeah, we can show that. I don't know if we have so much more to show. It's the same like field here. You get a laser pointer that actually pulses targets when you aim at them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Also kind of high-tech inspired. And then you got your signature weapon talent, which is all based off of destroying enemy robotics and skills. So even not just robots, but things like RC cars and RC blades and things like that. So whenever you kill enemy equipment, essentially.
Turrets also and this kind of thing.
Turrets and stuff like that. You're going to increase the bar until ammo drops. So it kind of really gives you a little bit of a role on what you're best at, right?
That's cool. Nice. And then
So I think that's most of what this does. This is the big signature like stat you get, which is you get more skill power for being in this spec.
Nice.
Let's have a look at the pistol actually, just because pretty 3D models.
Yeah, I like it.
Actually, let's just have a look at this thing first. So here's the actual launcher. This is the back of it.
Oof.
Here's the front. It's
That's
nice.
so cool. I mean, actually, do it nice and slow because I'm sure a cosplayer out there is going to really appreciate it.
Oh yes.
You should really hand out the 3D models for these so cosplayers can use them, 3D print and do
That'd be
stuff.
cool.
That's really cool.
Then, as everybody, all the specs get, you also get a signature sidearm, which is this Maxim 9 with an integrated silencer on the front. I think it looks extremely nifty and kind of high tech.
That's
Looks
really
really
cool.
good.
Chet was also asking what the med kit does for the specialization.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot. I think what it does, we went through a couple of iterations on it. Your armor kit also applies to all of the skills within a bunch of meters. So when you repair yourself, you also repair everybody's skills.
Cool.
That's very cool.
All right. That's our first look at a live work in progress build that people will get to experience next week. Very cool. Thanks for taking us through that, Frederick.
First,
Yeah.
now you can see he's tagging each enemy with multiple missiles.
So how does that work? Do you just hover over them again?
Yeah. And it takes just a split second. So you can pull your cursor over or your aim over without tagging someone, just if you want to be tactical about who you pick. So it's quite easy to use. And this is throwing out the hive. And you'll see when the drone flies by that one of the little things comes out and hits it.
Ah,
gives
yeah,
it
you
a
can see
buff.
the buff, yeah.
And you'll also notice when it comes back, exhausted, your little pet, kind of damaged. It'll hit it again now, I think, yep, and repair it.
That's really cool.
And you can imagine if you're playing 4 players in a group and you have a little, maybe, radius mod on this thing and stuff like that, that you can get really cool group support with this thing.
That's cool. All right. I think after this, we'll go and have a look through the skill tree. So if you
Stop giggling.
there it
there.
is. No, we don't know which. Oh, no, this one's really cool.
Yeah, this is cool. This is more demonstrating the rocket launcher.
I don't think this is the EMP one though. We'll get to the EMP one next. But you'll for now get to see more cool, pretty explosions.
Unit 2, what's your status? Unit
What do you know what the range is on this? Is it like max range?
Yeah, pretty much.
They weren't taking chances.
I mean, the missiles seek their targets, but not perfectly. So they can dodge in behind cover and stuff like that. And particularly in PvP, you wouldn't want
PvP,
something
you can
that's...
still, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want something that's absolute. It's not like a secret mine. It's
So you
kind of-
can dodge roll these things? Can you line of sight them? And,
Yeah,
okay.
because they have a max turn radius. They can't turn infinitely fast. So if you kind of dodge in their direction,